Might as well poke something with a stick. So, PC Master Race, just saying the name makes my pants go moist. Still, there have been a few things that I always wanted to express, yet never really found the proper way of expressing them. Till now, I guess. Well, there are plenty of people hating, loving, or simply not caring about consoles. I certainly would belong into Sith. I'm in hateful side. It all started back when Crysis 2 was announced in E3, somewhere around 2009. The game looked good, as far as anyone could tell. But once the game came out, I expected it to be basically a better version of Crysis Warhead. And you know what it actually was? A linear string of shit. Well, I remember back when Crysis 1 was released, the game quickly became sort of like the ultimate benchmark for gaming on PC. Even now, the game looks amazing, and still, even some GPUs struggle to run it in proper FPS on max graphics. To me, as a young, enthusiastic, soon-to-be programmer, this game symbolized that we can make something incredible. Sure, story was very meh, but that was obvious. Crysis 1 proved that PC is the platform that could, and at that time, had actually pushed forward gaming in some big way. Crysis 2, on the other hand, proved to me that while graphics surely became better, it really wasn't because devs tried to push the boundary. It was more due to having better hardware. Mind you, these were my thoughts, not actual facts. Crysis 2 also proved to me that most games will become linear succession of small arenas and rooms, instead of expansive environmental masterpieces. The saddest part was that all the changes were made so game could run on console. Yes, streamlining all the controls were a good thing, but in doing so, some aspects were dumbed down, and really this is where most of the problem stems from. In order to make something for console version, the game must be dumbed down. This, in my view, is a terrible practice. Another extremely regressive thing that consoles managed to introduce to gaming is stagnation. See, when you're creating a game for console, you can't make a huge map and put tons of props in it, cause poor black boxes will chug hard to even display them all. So devs are forced to stay in those limits of hardware capabilities. In meantime, I said that Crysis 1 to me was a symbol of pushing that boundary of what is possible with today's tech. Frankly, optimization is a wonderful thing, but I prefer some daring attempt at building something grand that sets new standards and pushes us forward. Consoles have and always will stagnate, while PC will push forward. Sure, I sound idealistic, but if you don't dare to dream, you're left with routine, and this is no way of living. Now, as much as I like to criticize PlanetSide 2, I respect devs for making a pretty goddamn good game that pushes FPS genre forward. Yet it did suffer from consolitis a while ago. See, there came time for devs to make PS4 version of the game, and for that it needed optimization. While it did work in some way, most other features were pushed back so far it seemed like 1950s buses in America. It was sad to see one of my favorite games stagnate because of console port. And I bet this wasn't the only case in the past. Still, to end on positive note, back when Crysis 2 came out in beta, after PC crowd saw that aim assist thing in options, we almost rioted, and that, my friends, brought joy to my heart. Knowing that those of us who have proper controls for games will refuse to dumb ourselves down. So good for you everyone who let those devs know that we don't want some pathetic features like that one.